Alright, what's going on, guys? My name's John. I'm doing an introduction to the characters in Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. Today we're doing Yoshi. I'm going to start right with his statistics here. Yoshi is the 17th heaviest character, which surprised me a little bit. That's a little more than I thought he would be. As for his walking, he's ranked 22nd, which isn't terrible. It's in the faster half of the group. As for his running, he's actually tied with Pikachu for 11th. So he's a very high sprint. One thing I want to start with right away, this dash attack. It has a high knockback ability, but its launch rate is very, very tricky to figure out. You need to have a pretty decent percentage on the opponent for that to really launch him off the stage, but it can happen. So it's kind of weird to see a high knockback move with a low launch rate, but that's unfortunately what Yoshi's move is. Starting with the rest here, we have a regular kick that you can use infinitely, so there's no recovery time after this, which is a pretty good combination. Otherwise, his side is a tail swipe, another tail swipe, and another tail swipe. So he uses his tail a lot. For his smashes, though, he has a headbutt, a tail swipe that hits forward and back, and a swing kick through the air. As for his specials, he has the tongue here, which allows him to eat an opponent and trap him in an egg for some time. Opponents can get out of that by wiggling the joystick, pushing a lot of buttons, etc. The good players won't be in it very long, but you can combo that to execute, a smash attack and deal a lot of damage. I'll get into another combo a little bit later that Yoshi's really famous for, but continuing anyway, the forward special attack, or the side special attack, Yoshi goes into an egg. This is very similar to Sonic's attack, except this one does not charge, so it just sends you across the screen and you control it with the joystick. If you go too far, it will send you off the edge of the stage, so please be careful of that. Also, you are in the egg for a set amount of time, so even if you release the B button early, he'll still stay in the egg for a certain amount of time. That's out of your control. As for his down B, he does a smash, which is quite a bit more powerful than some of the other games, which is a good thing, I think, because Yoshi could use a few more buffs. Otherwise, his up B is this egg. Now you can tap the egg for it to go a short distance, or you can hold it and it'll send it much further. Also, when you hold it, it does do a little more damage. I think it's harder to hit enemies with that one than if you just lightly did it and used it as more of a distraction. Either way, it's a tricky move to use, just like Yoshi's a pretty tricky character to use. Now, as for his aerial attacks, he has a big kick there. His backwards one is a tail swipe. He swipes his tail twice in the air. Upwards is a tail swipe straight up. I do know that attack takes, usually an opponent has to be above 120% at the top of a single jump for that to send them flying. It's a pretty high percentage for an opponent to be at, but for such an easy to execute move, that is a good finisher. So his side attack is this headbutt here when you go forward. Normally it doesn't do a whole lot, but if you can get the correct timing down, which is pretty tough to do, you can actually spike the opponent. It deals quite a bit more damage than it normally would. I don't know if I'll be able to get it here, but that would be one. So it sent him flying. I don't really have any tips for that. Usually I just say try and get it when you're right out of reach of the opponent. That way when you hit him, it'll spike him down. You also notice the spike a lot more when it's executed in the air. As for, let's see here, his double jump shoots him way high, but his down A is probably his most famous move. It's multiple kicks. Let me see if I can do it here. It's his most famous move, and it's potentially one of his most his highest percentage dealing move. But outside of maybe a low-level computer character, most human players will not let you land all the kicks. So even if you get over them with Yoshi like that, a lot of people will pop their shield on to counter you right after because so many people use those kick moves. So I don't know if I would stick too much with that kick move. A lot of people like to use it. You know, it's kind of his staple move. Some call it the infamous kick move. But it's up to you how you want to play the character. Otherwise, his grabs, he has an extended range with his tongue. But that tongue cannot be used with tether effects like Link or Samus. So you can't tether to the side of stages. If you jump in the air, you cannot use it as an attack. So it does not have tether properties. It's just an increased range for a grab. Now when they're in the mouth, you can chew them, and you can choose the range or the direction in which to throw them. But they're all pretty similar. The down one I would say is the best because it has this the smash damage, where the rest are just kind of a throw. So off the down one, you can combo with that a lot better than throwing him to the side or up, where they can really control their path. The down one lets you. Usually the down one lets you combo. He's at a pretty high percentage here for me to combo with him, but. Otherwise, general strategies with Yoshi, he's really good when enemies are above him. He has a lot of things he can throw up, a lot of attacks that go up, a lot of attacks that can send enemies down. So, in my opinion, he's kind of the anti-air character in this game. If you want to, his dash attack is good. I would try and get enemies in the air and then use his attacks to knock them back down and try and create combos off of that with him. One of the better ones I've seen people do is that one there, where they suck him in, throw him down, and throw an egg at him. That egg will almost hit every time. It's pretty tough for enemies to do that unless they do a roll right off the ground. So that would be my strategy, I guess, I'd use for Yoshi, is the anti-air character. Other than that, you can use his range on his tongue, or this one here to really kind of build up some damage and then launch him. It's kind of up to you. But if you like the video, I guess feel free to like and subscribe. Yoshi's not one of my top characters, so I'm sorry I couldn't give you more advice on him, but please come back. I'll upload more videos on some of these characters. I'm going to do an advanced series after I get through the beginner series here. If you like what you saw, if there's a character or a person who has questions about any of these characters, please feel free to share these videos with them. I want to get as many people interested in Super Smash Bros. As possible. It's a great game, so thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the support, and please watch some of the other videos too. Thank you.